than cellulose. If other than cellulose there is presence of any other structures means then it will give some other cell. Someone is making disturbance. Right. See that examples. What are the chemical substances which are present in secondary wall along with cellulose? Normally cellulose and other polysaccharides are present in secondary wall. Other than that cellulose and other polysaccharide, what are the structures or chemicals present in secondary wall? Presence of that secondary wall with cellulose and some other structures like lignin. Lignin is a chemical substance that will give more hardness to the cell wall. Cell wall is given more hardness with the help of that one. This lignin is present in some cells like sclerenchyma, xylem wood, xylem elements. Xylem elements and sclerenchyma cells have lignin in secondary cell wall. Suberin is another substance. Suberin is a substance which is in a type of tissue called as endodermis. Endodermis of roots, especially endodermis of roots and cork cells. Cork. In stem there is a tissue called as cork. In root there is presence of a tissue called as endodermis. Endodermis of roots and cork cells are made with suberin. Suberin is a chemical substance that is giving a hard structure. Lignin and suberin. Lignin plus suberin both may present in endodermis. That endodermis may made with only suberin or lignin plus suberin. Some cells of endodermis, not only some cells, in some plants endodermis is made with suberin. In some plants endodermis is made with both lignin and suberin. Chitin is there. Chitin is a polysaccharide which is present in secondary cell wall of fungi. And another chemical substance like cutin. Cutin is present in epidermal cells. So these are some other chemical substances which are present in secondary cell wall. But primary cell wall has only cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin with some protein. But secondary cell wall is made of some other substances also like lignin, suberin or both or chitin or cutin. Okay. Here when a cell is lignified, lignified means in secondary cell wall there is presence of lignin. That cells are called as lignified cells. That lignified cells may be sclerenchyma cells or xylem elements or wood. When the secondary cell wall of a cell is suberized, suberized means suberin is a chemical substance that is deposited in secondary cell wall. That cells are, suberized cells, examples are endodermis and cork cells. Lignin and suberized, lignified and suberized. That means lignin, suberin both may present in some cells like endodermis. Okay. Chitin is present in fungi cells. Cutin is present in epidermal cells. That means fungi cells do not have chitin all parts of the cell. Chitin is present in secondary cell wall of fungi cells Cutin is present in secondary cell wall of epidermal cell. Lignin and suberin are present in secondary cell wall of epidermis. Lignin may present in secondary cell wall of sclerenchyma and xylem cell. Suberin is present in secondary cell wall of endodermis and cork cell. What is the use of this lignin, suberin or chitin or cutin means? They will give more support. Sclerenchyma is giving mechanical support. More support is given, or entry of water may be stopped. In anatomy, we will see that lignin, suberin or chitin, cutin are present means cell wall will become more strong. Cell wall will become more strong and entry of water may be stopped like that. When these chemical substances are present, that normally cell wall permeability decreases. Cell wall is permeable. Permeable means that can allow entry of water across the cell wall. But the presence of these substances may decrease the permeability of cell wall. That is one. Next, tertiary wall. Tertiary cell wall is the inner layer of cell wall which is present next to cell membrane outside. It is inner wall layer present outside cell membrane. Inside this tertiary wall, there is presence of protoplast. That means cell membrane and cytoplasm, everything are present inside this inner cell wall. So, inner cell wall layer is also called as a tertiary wall layer, and it is usually lies inner to secondary cell wall, right? It is made up of cellulose. It is made up of cellulose and some other chemical or polysaccharide called xylon. Xylon or cellulose are present. This tertiary wall, which is made up of this xylon and cellulose, is seen in tracheids of gymnosperms. Normally, gymnosperms have xylem phloem. In that xylem, there is presence of a kind of tracheid. That tracheid is made up of xylem. That means tertiary wall or tertiary cell wall present in tracheid cells of gymnosperms have this cellulose and xylem. That is one. Okay, these are three wall layers. Then see, growth of cell wall. How cell wall is growing? Cell wall growth. That means during cytokinesis cell wall is formed, I told you now. How that is growing means, here there are two types of cell wall growth. One is intersusception. Intersusception. Second one is apposition. Intersusception and apposition. That is called as two types of growth of cell wall. I will erase the diagram and so that I can explain them easily. See here, what is intersusception? Where I can write? See, first one I will write here only. Intersusception. What is intersusception means? Addition of new cell wall materials within the existing one. Addition of new cell wall materials within the existing cell wall, existing one. Already one cell wall is there means to that cell wall in all sides there is addition of new chemical substances. That is called as intersusception. When these chemical materials are added to the existing cell wall, what happens? Its surface area increases, and majorly this intersusception growth takes place in primary cell wall. Primary cell wall is undergoing growth by a process called as intersusception. What is that intersusception means? Already there is presence of some cell wall means to that cell wall there is addition of new cell wall material. What are that new cell wall materials? Cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin, or some proteins. That is the cell wall material. Suppose already some cell wall is there means to that cell wall in all sides there is addition of new cell wall materials or chemical substances. As new chemical substances are added, there is elongation or increasing the cell wall. That is intersusception. Intersusception by addition of new material within the existing one is called as intersusception. It increases surface area and it is taking place majorly in primary cell wall. Okay. Then apposition. What is apposition means? Here there is addition of the new materials to the sides of that existing one. That is taking place here. Addition of cell wall materials as layers to the existing one. To the existing cell wall, there is addition of new layers over the existing one. As layers over means one on another. I will explain with a simple diagram. See here. Suppose, see here, one cell is there. During that cell, during cell division, cell will divide into two daughter cells now. Listen carefully. With a simple diagram of cytokinesis or cell division, I will explain that so that you can understand that very easily. So this is a cell, plant cell. This plant cell is dividing. When plant cell is dividing, what will happen? There is formation of a cell wall present between two cells. One cell is divided into two cells. By forming new cell wall within a cell, that cell will divide into two cells. That is what cell division. During this cell division, suppose first middle lamellum is formed, I told you. Middle lamellum is formed first from the what? Cell plate. From the cell plate, middle lamellum is formed. Then from that middle lamellum, primary cell wall is formed. To that primary cell wall, intersusception takes place. What is that intersusception means? Addition of new materials within the existing wall. Suppose the primary wall is there means within the primary wall there is addition of new substance. So that the primary wall will increase in size. That is intersusception. Apposition means addition of cell wall materials as a layer over the existing one. Suppose the primary wall is there means on primary wall there is addition of new layer on either side. On that there is addition of one more layer. Now this is primary wall. Around this primary wall, here one more layer is formed, means that is secondary layer. On that new layer is formed, means that is tertiary layer. That is called apposition. Apposition. Okay. This apposition, which is also called as accretion. Accretion. Apposition or accretion. By this, thickness will increase. See here, by adding this intersusception process, cell wall is elongated, so that surface area will increase. But by apposition, one layer is there, on that one more layer is formed, again one more layer is formed, so that thickness will form. And majorly this apposition takes place in secondary wall. In secondary cell wall, there is apposition growth of cell wall is taking place. Where are cell wall materials like chitin, lignin are produced? Within the cell only they are produced. Chitin, lignin, they are produced within the cell. They are added with cell wall to give some particular type of cell. What is cell plate? During cell division, I told you, first there is formation of cell plate. That cell plate will develop into middle lamellum and cell wall. That cell plate and middle lamellum formation we will see in detail in cell cycle cell division chapter. Okay, is it over? Read the second point of apposition. By this, thickness of cell wall will increase. Thickness will increase. This apposition or accretion is taking place in secondary cell wall. What is doubt? Today duration 1 hour or 1.5 hour? 1.5 hour class only. Why 1 hour class you are expecting? I will keep that apposition. If anyone is pending, you can copy. Then, plasmodesmata. Plasmodesmata is also a part of cell wall. What is plasmodesmata? I told you, when we are writing a cell structure like this, here between two adjacent cells there is presence of strands or connections. They are called as plasmodesmata. So plasmodesmata are protoplasmic or cytoplasmic strands between cytoplasm of two cells or protoplasm. Protoplasm is nothing but nucleus with cytoplasm is protoplasm. Without nucleus, it is called as a cytoplasm. That is called as strands present between two adjacent cells. Between two adjacent cells, there is intercellular connection. We can say second point, you write this as second point. These are intercellular connections. These are intercellular connections. We can say them as cytoplasmic strands present between two adjacent cells. With the help of that cytoplasmic strands or intercellular connections which are present between two cells, they are useful for transfer of nutrient or food from one cell to next cell. In one cell there is a chemical substance or food, means from that it can be carried from one cell to next cell, adjacent cell. Or messages means stimulus. Any chemical substances or messages are there in one cell, means from one cell to its adjacent cell, it may be carried, stimulus, nutrients between that. Okay, these are called as what? Cytoplasmic strands, intercellular connection. That is plasmodesmata. Plasmodesmata, which are also called as intercellular connections or cytoplasmic strands, protoplasmic strands, or they are also called cytoplasmic bridges. These are also called cytoplasmic bridges. Then, if we see the cell, including this cell wall and protoplasm, cells are divided into two parts. Cell is divided into two parts. One is apoplast. Apoplast is non-living matter of cell. Non-living matter of cell is called as apoplast. It is made up of cellular, cell wall and intercellular spaces. This apoplast is made of cell wall and intercellular spaces. In a tissue, between two cells there is a gap, means that is called intercellular space. Between two cellular spaces means gap present between two cells, that is intercellular space. That intercellular space and cell wall is non-living. Very important. Cell wall is non-living. Cell wall has no living properties. That is called apoplast. Non-living matter or non-living constituent of cell is called as apoplast. That apoplast is cell wall. Cell wall is non-living. Intercellular space is also non-living. Both together they are collectively called that apoplast. Then symplast is the next part. What is symplast means? Living matter of cell. Living matter of cell, especially living matter of plant cell. Where cell wall is present, if cell wall is present, then only cells have non-living matter. Cells have no cell wall, means they don't have apoplast. Apoplast is non-living matter which is cell wall and intercellular spaces, right? Apoplast is present in plant cells where non-living matter is there. Some bacteria is there, means bacteria has a cell wall, that is apoplast. If cell wall is present in a cell, then only apoplast is present in the cell. Cell has no cell wall, means then apoplast is absent in that cell. Symplast means here living matter of cell is called symplast. What is this symplast means? This symplast include plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is living matter only, where some changes are taking place. Plasma membrane cytoplasm, vacuole, all living matter which is present inside the cell is called symplasm. Okay, so cell is divided into two parts based on the presence of living or non-living matter. All the living matter present inside a cell is called as symplasm. All the non-living matter which is present inside a cell is called as apoplasm. Is it complete? Or do you have any doubts? Is it strand or strands? It is a strand only. S-T-R-A-N-D-S. Strand. Cytoplasmic strand. I wrote. Okay, right. Then the cell wall may have small gaps, connections. The gaps which are present on cell wall, that is responsible for transport of water or any other thing. That is called pit. Pit. Cell wall may have a structure called as a pit. Pit. What is this pit means? Unthickened. Unthickened means normally cell wall is thick. Where that primary cell wall is there, na? Unthickened areas in primary cell wall. That unthickened areas in primary cell wall are called pit. They are called pit. I will explain with the help of diagram. Right. These pits are unthickened areas which are present in this primary cell wall or secondary cell wall also. But in primary cell wall, it is called as a pit field. Sorry, not pit. It is called as pit field. Pit field. And same unthickened, I will explain with the help of diagram. Area in secondary cell wall are called pits. Unthickened areas which are present in secondary cell wall is called as pit. Okay. See now, suppose these pits are again two types: bordered pits, simple pits, like that. See here. Suppose, what is that pit means? I am writing that cell wall. This is cell wall. Cell wall has a different region. Cell wall has different regions. In that cell wall, normally with the help of cell, yes, this is cell, tertiary wall, secondary wall, and here primary wall. This is primary wall. Inside this is secondary wall, this is primary. Primary means like this. This is secondary. Where unthickening areas present in primary cell wall. Suppose here, this is primary cell wall, right? If this primary cell wall has a gap, primary cell wall has gap. Is the gap visible to you? Right? Yeah. Here I made a small gap. This one. The gap or unthickening areas present in primary cell wall, these are called as pit fields. If secondary cell wall, this is secondary cell wall, right? In that secondary cell wall, this is chemical substances present. If the secondary cell wall has no structure, no cell wall, like a opening is there, like a opening which is present in cell wall, this is called as a pit. Less deposition of cell wall in primary cell wall will form pit field. Less deposition of this cell wall in secondary cell wall will form what? Pit. If you see this, with the help of diagram, I am showing here how that cell wall will be having a pore. What is this deposition means? Like a pore, a small pore or hole is there. Pore is there. See here, this cell wall is usually continuous, but where cell wall is absent, there is formation of some hole-like structure or a pore-like structure. Usually cell wall is continuous like this. Cell wall is continuous. This is the total cell wall. This cell wall should be continuous. But where some cell wall is absent, there is formation of a small pore-like structure. That pore-like structure is called as a pit in secondary cell wall. That pit is two types. Pits are two types. One is simple pit. Second one is bordered pit. Simple pit. This is secondary cell wall means this secondary cell wall has a small gap. A small gap is there in the cell wall. This small gap which is present from one end to next end of the cell wall, that is called as simple pit. This is bordered pit. Simple pit and bordered pit. Two types of pits are present in the cell wall. Simple pit, bordered pit. Pit is nothing but where cell wall is absent, we can say. And this one is there, this structure what is present inside this pit, that is called as pit chamber. Pit chamber. That pit chamber only is two types. Based on that pit chamber. Pit is nothing but a small opening or a pore-like structure present in cell wall. When opening is made, inside that there is formation of chamber. Based on the chamber, pits are two types. simple pit, bordered pit. Okay, these are pits. Pits are responsible for transport of water across the membrane. Why pit or pit fields are formed? Pit is a part of, wait, some more doubts are there. Okay, pit is a part of cell wall. Why pit field or pits are formed means when there is less deposition or absence of cell wall, then there is formation of pit field or pit. What is the function of that pit means they are responsible for entry of water. Normally secondary cell wall, when it is lignified, its transport of water will be less, I told you. It is impermeable. Permeability of cell membrane is decreases when lignified or sometimes. At that time, through the pits, there is transport of water or any other substance. Will pits can be seen in tertiary wall? No. What is a simple pit? What is bordered pit means? This is secondary wall, secondary wall, cell wall. On that cell wall, if a pit is continuous, this is secondary cell wall, this is also secondary cell wall. But pit is continuous from one side to another side. That is called a simple pit. That means pit chamber is continuous. But here, pit chamber is covered with some structure. Pit aperture is there. Pit hole, pore is there. Now, pore is called as aperture. Pore is called as aperture or hole. That pit aperture is covered by a structure like membrane. This is called as a bordered pit.